What's up, everyone? So we've got a three-part video for you today. Part one is going to be looking at an agricultural company in New England and their weird fleet of 4 boxcars that they have outside of retail locations. We're going to quickly move into the abandoned boxcars around a former B&M shop facility in the suburbs of Boston. And then after that, we're going to do a little bit of exploring. We're going to go trespass. We're going to go snort some asbestos and go in some abandoned buildings. Holy crap, let's go do it. So here's the first car. It is in Bow, New Hampshire. It is next to their processing facility on what was an old siding. Definitely hasn't moved in a very long time. And probably another ex-B&M car. It's just sitting there in the weeds. Cool. This one is in Torrington, Connecticut. It is behind their store there, their small retail outlet. This one happens to be the only one next to both an active rail line, but also on a siding that could potentially yield it being rolled out on its wheels, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. And this last set of cars is in Rochester, New Hampshire, again surrounding a storefront. There's one behind it, there's one alongside of it, which happens to be next to an ex-B&M current CSX line. Really cool layout, definitely both B&M cars. One has a logo showing through, but again, these cars ain't going anywhere anytime soon. So real quick, just to explain what the heck is going on here, the history behind how these cars got behind these retail establishments. Basically, it is an animal feed company whose New England locations also include like gardening supplies, and in 1976 they revealed a new logo and they updated their retail locations, and I don't have 100% proof that this is when the boxcars arrived on the property, but this was also when B&M was getting rid of a bunch of things, and they were selling as much stuff as they could so that they could not get, in their financial distress in the 70s, to not get sucked into the world of Conrail, for better or worse. So with that being, and all of these locations being next to B&M run lines during that period, it makes sense that these would be all B&M cars. So that's how this all came about, so far as I could tell. Now, with that in mind, we're going to move on to part 2 of this video, which is checking out abandoned boxcars around the former B&M shop at Billerica, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. So we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to take a look at some other stuff. So let's go over to the footage over there. Yeah. Oh, I'm just wrapping up here at another spot. This is the former Billerica B&M locomotive shop. We've got a boxcar here. There's actually 2 of them. If I swing around this side of the lumber, you'll see we've got tons of lumber here. We've got a lumber transload operation happening. If we go behind the lumber, you can see that's actually 2 boxcars side by side. We've got, oh wait, no, maybe like Maine Central number in there, ME, maybe MEC. So yeah, we've got 2 boxcars here, and there's a string of 3 boxcars over there. And there's a lot of shitty old abandoned buildings around. Like this thing. It looks like it's used for storage, but there's, it's not looking too good. So I'm going to shoot this a little more. Yeah, I definitely got a road number there, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to shoot this a little more, and I'm going to get out of here because I was here yesterday morning and it was really busy. There was a lot of lumber being transloaded, and there was a guy taking lumber here from Massachusetts all the way to Maryland, which I thought was kind of crazy, on a truck. Anyway, here we've got the 3 Guilford boxcars. Could be Maine Central, could be D&H. These could be former I Love New York cars, for all I know. It's hard to tell. I got rid of all the road numbers. All 3 of them look exactly like this, where it says signal department storage. So they took off the trucks, they plopped them here on some wood, and they left them to rot. Still got a lock on it. Probably some old signal department stuff in it. So that's interesting. It's still sitting here rotten. And now that's part of this lumber yard. I don't think the railroad even knows that's back here. All right, people. All of these fun, old, wacky abandoned boxcars, that's all fun, cool, and exciting. But hey, check out that abandoned building over there and that abandoned building over there. Maybe we should go take a look in there. I've got like 2 minutes to do it. Let's go take a look-see. What the heck is in there? Let's go find out. So up here, we've got a former powerhouse, it looks like, which probably provided a lot of steam and hot water and stuff like that to the whole facility. We've got the lumber. Over here, there were trucks moving in and out. This fence was closed yesterday. I parked a little bit further back, you can see. I just kind of want to get in and out of here without anyone knowing that I was here. That's always my ideal MO. But I will shoot some of this because you can publicly drive into this part. Here's the trailer with the weigh scale. There was a car with this yesterday. And like I said, there were trucks right here, right where I'm walking. There were 3 trucks loading up lumber. So I'm gonna peek my head into this guy if there's an easy place to do it. Yeah, let's see what we've got in this building. It's probably fully intact. I doubt that they scrapped it out. I mean, I'm sure like looters and scrappers have been in here. But I don't think the railroad ever officially emptied it. That's a neat piece of art. I'm sure there's some graffiti in here. Wow. That's kind of neat. Under a normal circumstance, I might wander in here myself because it's really easy to climb in. You can always tell when someone has put like something that you can just step on once you get inside the door. That's always a good sign. So this is probably a primary way in and out. I mean, it's the first window I came to, for sure, because it's on a nice side. You know, it's on the back side. It's kind of discreet to get in and out. If I want to step in here, there's nothing to stop me. But like I said, I got other things that I want to do. There is some really old graffiti in here, though. I mean, it's probably just local crap, but, you know, seeing over there that, like, fidget, whatever that says over there, that's kind of old looking, because there's another one over here. It's a slightly older style. That's kind of cool. So I'm going to go see if I can get some other boxcars that are in this place. There's 3 that are, like, really wedged far in the back. I think there's actually 4 of them back there. But I don't think I'm going to get to see them because they're kind of like behind an active factory. So I'm going to wander over there and take a look. If I don't get to see them, I don't get to see them. Whatever. Let me get out of here before I step on a rusty nail or something. You know? I'm off to a good start today. I don't want to jinx it by doing something stupid like getting locked out of a car or stepping on a rusty nail. There's a million stupid things that can happen when you do this, when you engage in this kind of behavior. But I'm just gonna peek my head in the door. The concrete, I suspect, is gonna be okay for me to stand on. It usually is. But wow. I figured it might be intact inside, but this is, compared to that other room, it's hard to say no to walking into this one. It's wide open, you know? We've got boilers. We've got really big industrial boilers. So they were definitely making steam for this entire facility right here. So that's kind of cool. I'm gonna take a shot or 2 or 3 and hurry on my way, because I'm parked right outside. It's kind of conspicuous where I parked. Like I said, didn't think I was coming in here, but the door's fucking wide. There's not even a door. There's a door frame. What the hell? All right, let me shoot this. Okay, so that was the old power plant, steam plant. But what about the old actual shop building? I mentioned that at the beginning of the video, but I didn't show it to you because I silly enough, I was there the day before and I didn't take video of it, but I took a whole bunch of photos. So let's walk through and see what's in there. So yes, you can see here the former shop building is cavernous and it is abandoned. The entire ceiling is fallen in except for the thick metal beams. This was closed in the 1980s by Guilford when they moved everything over to the Waterville shop, the former Maine Central shop there. As you can see, they left behind machinery, they left behind a ton of paperwork. There's some real old historic stuff just strewn about. It's thrown everywhere, and the invasive plants and other just native plants, everything is kind of growing inside the building, so nature's retaken the place. The building is a Superfund site, and it's obviously not in a very well-maintained condition, so while it's fun to check out, it's also hella dangerous, so be careful out there, kids. Okay, so let me give you an overview of the entire shop area. Here is the entire shop complex. Now, over here is the powerhouse that we were just in. You can see the chimney is separate from it, and roof on one side is intact, but the roof on the rear side is not that intact. This building is entirely abandoned. It just has the two big rooms, and the basement area was kind of flooded, so I didn't bother going down there. So, yeah, you can see a big hole in the roof right there, as often happens in a building that gets neglected for, 40, 50 years. Over here, we've got the two MEC cars. They are next to the building. All the lumber isn't around it, but, you can see here that it's been attached to the building. So there's a little piece of metal kind of covering between where the doorways would be. So the building itself, I'm not 100% sure if it's abandoned. There are some, it's got a modern door on one side, a modern door on the other side, so it looks like hell, but it's probably being maintained to some degree, and people are obviously using it for storage. Over here, we've got the three Guilford signal department cars. Like I said, all of the hardware has been removed from the cars, so there's no ladders, there's no brake wheels, anything like that. They've been purposely planted here by Guilford back in the day. And you can see over here, interestingly, it looks like fire damage over here, where it's like really rusty, so that's interesting. Maybe there was like lumber or some other material that burned in the yard and toasted these cars a little bit. So that's those three cars. Let's zoom out here and let's go back over here. That's the power plant. Then over here we've got the actual car shop building. As you can see, it's pretty damn big. This is a really long building with a lot of space for locomotives inside. It is in terrible condition. This is part of the Superfund site. As you can see here, though, in this Google Earth view, map view, the roof it's not intact, but it has a lot more wood on top than when I was actually inside of it. So this building is decaying very quickly. So if for some reason you are in the neighborhood and you want to do a little bit of urban exploring, be very careful because the roof is crumbling very quickly. Interestingly, over here we've got the former Pan Am office building, which CSX still uses. They've retained it for a dispatch center. I don't know how long that'll last, but interestingly, this building has another boxcar behind it. This boxcar is in great shape. It's a fine artifact. It is has fantastic patina, really just great color, really cool car, but it is also landlocked, and it's also a former B&M car. There's many of those in existence at museums. As you can see, it's landlocked. There's no outside connection on either side to rail, but it could easily be trucked out. The problem, like I said, though, is there's a lot of museums that already have B&M cars, so this one, maybe it'll stay where it is. Hopefully it'll get reused in some cool way. Maybe it could be part of the park here as a static display. Over here, this big empty lot is now the MBTA control center. So they built a brand new building there. And over here, I mentioned I wanted to see some other cars. And this is where I went after touring the powerhouse, I went and I tried to get back here. I kind of like went up the road, but all of this is really fenced in. But if you look at Google Earth, you'll see 4 more boxcars back there. And yeah, they're really, I don't want to say well secured, but they're behind a fenced in area and there's a lot of water around them. So I didn't want to mess around too much trying to get back there. But as you can see here, they're all kind of stacked together. Again, used for storage, probably actively used for storage, which is another reason I didn't want to mess with them. Interestingly laid out, those 3 that are together are probably interconnected. And you can see here that they were painted red at some point. You can see the top of that one car is like half of it is red, and the car over there on the right is kind of all red. So, the exact heritage would probably be hard to see just from the front side, but I bet in between the cars is probably still reporting markings. Maybe there's old monikers in there. It would be really cool to see, but that would be really hella expensive to do. So, those cars remain a little bit of a mystery. If you know anyone who works in the building over there, it would be curious to talk to them. And when you zoom out further, this is the town that it's in, and you can see down there on the lower right, that is Boston down there. So it's pretty damn close to Boston.
And there you go. That's all I've got for you today. So, what you want to do right now is you want to subscribe and you want to like this video and you want to share it with all of your friends and stick it into whatever social media groups you want to. Send it on out there because the more people watch these videos, the more likely I am to make more, as I always say. So, yeah, let's keep this thing going. Catch you on the flip side. Be well. You got things to do. I got things to do. Let's get the heck out of here. Go, 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 go.